How y'all doing today? So, after somewhat of a delay, had some issues, that's why I wasn't able to get this done. But after some delay, this is, as promised, I'm going to do the Twisters movie review. So, this is, well, it's considered a sequel to the original 1996 Twister, but other than some Easter eggs in it, which there's quite a lot, up to the original, there's really no direct direct connection to the original, other than, tornado, storm chasing, that kind of thing. But, maybe it's for the best, it's like a different storyline, the modern era. It works, though. I liked it. So there might be some spoilers in this, just so y'all know. So it starts out where this girl's in school and she's chasing tornadoes with her friends, and it grabs your attention right off. If you thought the opening to the original Twister was epic, wait till you see this one. Let's just say what happens to her changes her whole perspective, but she soon gets drawn back into chasing tornadoes. I hesitated to even watch this. I got this for Christmas, but I actually watched it on, my friend lets me use his Peacock account to watch wrestling shows, which obviously I can't do anymore because WWE sold their rights to Netflix. Yeah, whatever. Screw you, Netflix. You suck. Seriously, if you guys can't even support an MMA fight or boxing match, which is what that Mike Tyson thing was, or something along those lines, if your servers can't support that, you're not going to support the millions of people around the world that watch WWE. Your servers will crash. But, that's your problem, not my problem. I don't pay for any streaming service. Screw that shit. But, anyways, so I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I've heard some people say that, it's better than the original. It's like, no, it's not. Original's up here. The only movie that I would rank up there, tornado movie that's up there with Twisters, the movie that came out the same year, Night of the Twisters, which was based on a true story. I did a review for that. At least I think I did. If not, I'll do one. But it was based off a book because Night of the Twisters actually did happen. In 1980, a series of tornadoes struck Grand Island, Nebraska in a short amount of time. Now, the movie follows, if you read the book, the movie follows the book pretty closely. It does take some liberties, like it makes the main characters, Daniel Hatch and his friend, a little older. It makes them like high schoolers as opposed to 11 or 12, which I think, makes more sense. It also doesn't show you everything that's in the book. Like, for example, in the book, there's, I know this is a little off topic, but it still ties into this. There's an instance in the book where a baby gets sucked out of the mother's arms in the Night of the Twisters book. So I get why they didn't show that in the movie, because I don't think too many people would want to see that visually. But anyways, so back to this one. So this came out, this past year, 2024. Like I said, I was going to film this earlier, but, holidays and everything else. And then I had some allergy problems because of the dry air. And I run a humidifier at night. And a week ago, I decided not to run it one night. And my throat, my nose, my head dried out. And it was a mess. So, needless to say, I don't skip a night running the humidifier now. But, anyways, so the history of a sequel to Twister goes back a while. You see, the late great Bill Paxton wanted to do a sequel to Twister, but it fell on deaf ears from Warner Brothers because he never did it when he was alive, and he passed away in 2017. And Philip Seymour Hoffman, who played Dusty in the original, also passed away. I forget what year he passed away. 2015 maybe, I don't know, I forget. But with those two key characters are gone, I'm kind of glad they didn't do like a direct sequel to Twister, because it's like, you could make tributes to them all you want, but the fact of the matter is, Warner Brothers, you know, they're like Disney in that regard. It's hard to tell which company's worse sometimes. They literally waited until the two loved characters were gone. It's like, you know, no disrespect to Helen Hunt, but Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dusty made that movie. So, I mean, I know it's not really, I wouldn't call this a remake, and I wouldn't call it a reboot, I wouldn't call it a sequel. I don't know what you call it, just another tornado movie that Warner Brothers made. What it does very well. Special effects are good, obviously. You know, they're not real tornadoes. I'm going to show you a movie in a few here that actually has real tornado footage in it, shot by a real storm chaser that not even Twister or Twisters can say. So, another thing I liked about Twisters, though, was it had a good soundtrack. It had a Shania Twain song in it, as did the original. It actually had a catchy version of that song, Ghost Riders in the Sky, so that was cool. So, I will be picking up the soundtrack at some point to go with it, as I have both soundtracks of the original Twister. I have the score, which I found in a store I used to go into, but not anymore. And, of course, the more common actual soundtrack. Yeah, so I got this for Christmas because my brother asked me what I wanted, and I couldn't find a link to get one of the other movies that I wanted because it's pretty hard to find. So I was like, well, just grab me that movie, just grab me Twisters on Blu-ray. So that's what he did. So it's one off my wish list of the newer releases. I gotta get a couple others. Still gotta get the latest Indiana Jones, and I gotta get the latest Ghostbusters, things like that. Okay, so, but yeah, like, there's definitely some Easter eggs in this. It's definitely different. I mean, this one stands out. The thing I'm going to address about these movies, not just tornado movies, but movies in general, is people tend to downgrade a movie when it's not a theatrical release. Well, y'all gotta understand, a lot of these theaters are closing, okay? So, because people aren't spending money in movie theaters, you know, the theaters are closing, right? Okay, so yes, they're paying for stuff on streaming. Or if it gets on streaming, you're paying for the streaming service, okay? But that also means the movie companies probably aren't making as much as they normally would as if you were buying a ticket to the movie. So, the other side of the coin is, it may get to the point where even these mighty movie studios may have to slash the budget on what would otherwise be a big budget film. I'm not saying it'll happen right off, but I'm saying it could happen. So, just because, you know, the special effects may not be what you want it to be or whatever, well, you have to understand it's a movie, okay? Not every company has the resources to work with, okay? There's one company, though, I will say, that's called Wild Eye Entertainment, okay? They work with no budget. Okay, I admire them for trying, okay? But they have yet to come out with a decent movie. I mean, their budget is like non-existent. There's low budget. That's one thing, but no budget. I mean, their cover art for these movies looks better than the actual movie. I mean, all you gotta do is watch the trailer. I mean, they just came out with one called Mummy Shark. Okay, interesting concept. But if you don't have at least somewhat of a budget to work with, it ain't gonna work. Like The Asylum, perfect example. Okay, yeah, they work with low budgets, but their movies are decent. At the very least, they're somewhat watchable. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I mean, granted, I will say recent years, The Asylum's kind of dropped off a little bit. It seems like they're not putting as much effort into their movies as they were before, but it is what it is. And then there's ITN Entertainment. They do a pretty good job, too. So, yeah, just because a movie may not have, a budget to work with, or maybe they can't afford to pay the A-list actors or whatever, doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Don't be a movie snob is what I'm saying. You know what a movie snob is? Okay, I'll tell you. A movie snob is somebody that only likes the mainstream movies. Okay? You'll just be like, well, I like tornado movies, and you ask them what ones they like, and they say Twister. It's like, okay, you're a fan of Twister. You're not a fan of tornado movies. Or they say they like shark movies, and you ask them what shark movies they like, they say Jaws. Maybe Deep Blue Sea. But that's my point. See the same thing? I've seen shark movies where they have footage of real sharks, and people still complain about it. So it's like, in Jaws, I have it on Blu-ray. It's a great movie, but you can tell the shark is fake. So if that movie is loved as it is, and you can still tell the shark is fake, then you have no cause to bitch about the special effects. None. Okay? None. Just let it go. But don't trash a movie that you haven't watched. Okay? I've watched a lot of shark movies. Yes, there's some bad ones. Like I said, Wild Eye Entertainment shouldn't make any movies if they can't freaking afford to. But there's a lot of good shark movies out there. Yeah, there's some that are outside the box. Just like there's a lot of tornado movies that are outside the box. So, I'm going to... spoiler. Like I said, I'm going to freaking do a spoiler here. Now, there's something that happens in this movie that, where they basically they create this device to get the tornado to dissipate, stop the tornado. Okay, that's the only thing I didn't like about this Twisters movie, okay? Even scientists call that unrealistic. Watch this, and that's one time I agree with the scientists about something like this. The other half of the side of the coin is, it's been done before in a movie. There's a movie I have right over there. It's called Superstorm. Also originally known as Space Twister. It's with Mitch Pileggi's in it. Guy that played Horace Pinker and Shocker, and also played I think his name was Skinner or something like that on X-Files. I forget. But yeah, so he's in it. But they do that at the end of the movie where they shoot up a rocket to get the tornado to die out. Okay? That one over there, it's a science fiction tornado movie, so that makes sense. Okay? I don't get why they put that in this one, this Twisters. Okay, that was the only puzzling thing about it. And that's why I say, people say, oh, it's as good as Twister. It's like, it is good. It's really good. Okay, I'll give it that. But, is it better than Twister? No. Not even close. Not even close. Alright, so... do I recommend Twisters? Yes, I do. And I'm going to show you a couple other movies I recommend. For one, I bet y'all, or at least some of y'all may not know that, let's see, I think it came out in 2016. No, 2014, sorry. It's older than I thought. Some of y'all may not know that between Twister and Twisters, Warner Brothers actually came out with another tornado movie, Into the Storm. And do I like it? Yes, I do. Special effects are really good. The acting is really good. The only problem I have, and it's a minor one, it clocks in at 89 minutes. Okay? It's too short. This movie should have been at least 20 minutes longer. At least. But you know, what it does really well. I mean, if you watch like some of the elements with like their, you know, in Twisters with like the rednecks and chasing after the tornadoes and stuff. Okay, some of that stuff's in here. So it's like Warner Brothers took elements of Twister and took Into the Storm and put it into Twisters. So I recommend this too. It should be noted that, oh yeah, and I have of course I have the copy of Twister right here. Now I do have Twister. This is just an extra copy, so I have Twister as a triple feature on Blu-ray along with The Perfect Storm and Poseidon. So I just got this extra copy to show y'all in this video, but I'm not keeping this extra copy because I don't need it. I do have a VHS copy as well of Twister though. But okay, so before I go any further, I'm gonna say, if I don't like a movie, I'll flat out tell you that it sucks. Okay, I will have no problem doing so. So you don't have to worry about me trying to set up this camera a little bit. Sorry, it was over to one side, but it's been a while since I actually filmed a video. But yeah, so the last movie I'm going to show you, it's called Supercell. Now y'all might think that it's like, well, what's that? It's like, that's not a mainstream movie, is it? No, it's like, I don't think it was a mainstream movie. It features Skeet Ulrich, Anne Hinchey, Jordan Christine Seaman, and yes, I know some of y'all don't like it because of what happened on set a few years ago, but yeah, Alec Baldwin's in this. Well, the only thing I'll say about that is they're like, well, he should have known on that accident on set that the gun was loaded. It's like, well, if he wasn't in charge of the props on set, then there's no way he could have known. You know, it happens. You know, same thing happened with actor Brandon Lee back in the late 90s. Although that one may have actually been the setup. You know, until you know 100% for sure, then don't worry about it. But I'm wondering why I'm showing you this one. So like, you're like, well, what's that? It's just another tornado movie? Well, this tornado movie is different from even Twister and Twisters, and Into the Storm, all those. You wanna know why? Because a large amount of the movie, the storm footage in the movie, the tornado footage in the movie, is real. It was shot by a storm chaser in Texas named Pecos Hank. So not even Twister or Twisters could say that. So the storm footage you see, at least a good portion of it in this movie Supercell, is the real deal. The acting in it's good. Storyline's good. No complaints. That's why I actually had it on DVD, but I upgraded to the Blu-ray. Which, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have even done that. I would have just gotten rid of the DVD and called it a damn day. So anyways, that's the review, and a few other honorable mentions, of course. I'll have more videos for y'all soon. I actually don't have any taste tests coming up because I didn't really find anything recently that stands out. So. I'll try to get some other content out there, though. I'm not really sure what I want to do just yet, but put together a video for Hank Williams a few days ago. So the anniversary of his death was on New Year's Day. 1953 is when he died. He's been gone 72 years. Today, the 4th, is actually when he was laid to rest in Montgomery, Alabama. So, anniversary of that too. But anyways, I hope you all have a nice day. I will see y'all next time. I'll have more videos for y'all soon. But in the meantime, check out my other videos. I mean, I have over 400 on my channel. I mean, there's plenty to watch. Alright, see y'all next time.